This apple cake, they are so good. Very easy to prepare. Are you one of those who like apple cakes and you don't know how to go about it? You don't even know the procedure or the recipe? Then this video is for you. I will be explaining and presenting how this delicious and nice looking apple cake was prepared. Check that nice bright color. It looks so good and it tastes so well. So join me as I give the details step by step on how this delicious and nice looking cake was prepared. So first, this is my mixer. I am mixing my fat in it. I just have some fat sliced in little bit so that it will be easy to mix. So it's not a lot, it's just like 500 grams of fat. And now I'm adding some sugar. It's 450 grams of sugar. And I'm going to start with the two items with my mixer. I am going to mix them together. I am looking toward having them fluffy. You see how the consistency is changing? It's really nice. The color is started showing. So after I mix for a while, I'll continue with the next process. And now is my eggs. I'm going to add a good number of eggs in this mixture. 5 eggs will go in there, but I am going to add one by one. This is the second egg. I don't want to add all of the eggs together because I want it to be really fluffy. If you just pour it all together, it will look like watery. And this is the third egg. So just follow keenly and see all the number of eggs that I'm adding. I add and then I blend or mix or whips with the mixer. And now I just add the fourth egg. As you can see, all of the egg. And this is the number 5 egg or the 5th egg. And as I add, I mix. My mixer is doing the work. You can still do it manually, but it will take a lot of time. So I used 5 eggs. And the next procedure is my baking powder. I am sieving my baking powder inside just 1 tablespoon. And then now is my vanilla powder. I added some vanilla for flavoring. It tastes so well in apple cake. I also sieve it together. The next item is my flour. I will be using half a kilogram of flour, and just like the egg, I'm not going to pour it at the same time. I will be sieving them in parts. So I just did the first part. I sieve it and I'm mixing it with the other items that the mixer has mixed. So now I decided to do it manually, but you can continue with your mixer. It is good to go. I just want to feel it as it feels. The consistency is changing. But if the machine is just doing, if you are not careful, your cake will not come out well, especially if you have been baking. Now I'm adding the second part of my flour. I'm still sieving it directly on top of my mixture. So you see, I continue manually. As I'm mixing it with my hands, with this wooden stick, I am feeling the consistency and I know when the flour is okay. Now this is the third time I'm adding my flour. Just like I said, you don't need to just add all your half kilogram of flour in it. It can be too much or it can be too small. So it's good to do it in parts, just like what I'm doing. And when you're mixing it, you are really feeling it. So my mixture is ready. See how nice it is? It's just like normal. It's okay. So I'm moving to the next process, which is my apples. I washed and take out the skin from my apples behind the scene to save time. So I slice them into smaller bits as it will be easy for me to arrange in the cake. I just added some sugar and cinnamon powder. The next is my baking pan. I applied fat on my baking pan, and this is me placing the apples that have been spiced with cinnamon powder and sugar under the baking pan. So I will be doing it in layers too. So the first layer are the apples. So when it is well covered, I will pour in my mixture, parts of it, just like what you are seeing. I want about 3 layers. So the first layer was the apple, and then now my mixed cake. So I am applying gently so that it goes in every corner of the baking pan. You have to be careful because the apples, they are under. If you don't be careful, you will just mix everything together. But since I want the apples to be under and the mixture on top, I do it gently. So after this is done, you see how nice I applied it. The next stage is still the apple. I'm applying the apple again just like I did on the first layer. So I will cover the apple on top of the mixture very well. And again, if you want to really feel your apple, the apple should be a lot. So I have finished the other layers, and then now is the last part of the mixture on top. I will do the same just like before. Apply everything. This is me arranging it well. It is complete, and the last layer will be the apple. It's always good to have your apple on top when you are baking your apple cake, and this is what I'm doing. And this last layer should carry the most part of the apples. So I am applying the slices of apple just like normal. Cover it very well. Make sure there is no part left without apple. And after a while, I am done applying the apple. You see how nice it is. It is well covered with the apples. So as of now, I have set my oven on 180 degrees. So when I finish applying my apples on all the corners, I am going to take it to my oven. But before then, I have to apply more cinnamon powder on top of this finished arranged baking pan with everything on top. So this is what I'm doing exactly now. I added more of my cinnamon powder to make it really brown. You know, cinnamon powders, they are very good with apple cakes. It tastes so well. So you see how it is well covered. So now I am done with that. I also added a little bit of sugar on top before taking it to the oven. You can see that's it. I sprinkled it everywhere, just a little bit, not so much, because it will give it this nice sweet taste, and the apple will bake, the sugar will hold it very well on top. It will give it a nice look. So now I'm taking it to the oven, and it will be there for 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, this is the result. You see how the apple looks? The apple cake came out so well. Guys, try this nice looking, easy making apple cake at home, and you will really enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching, and bye for now.